synchronization that he had, choreography.
I'm ready.
Bets. Want to know?
What's that?
Tequila, mango, passion fruit.
Yeah, put that in the cup.
There you go. What's this?
Check. Ooh, wrong one. Check. Okay, yeah, I can hear this one. Oh shit. I believe this is episode 13.
Oh, you brought your headphones. Check.
I was about to say, can you hear yourself?
Yeah. Loud and clear. Yep. And myself.
Okay. Talking to Mike again?
Check. Sound a little low.
I was about to say, yeah, you might want to turn the mic to you a little bit, maybe.
Nah, it's literally right in my face. Check. Sound any better?
Maybe. Wait. Talk again. Let me see.
Check.
Okay, yeah. So it shows that you're technically in the green. I don't know if it needs to be.
Blah. I went to Mingles yesterday, by the way.
I'm sorry, what?
I went to Mingles last night.
Mingles.
Yeah.
Like the Caribbean spot Mingles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, like I said, it ended up being a dance hall party. So
Of course. That's what I would expect of Mingles, of all places.
yeah, it's a little bit different than the last time I went, but like there was a couple people wilding out, like if it was a dance hall party and shit. Somebody busted their ass on the stairs and they're still dancing.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I got the video of that.
Wait, what?
No, I don't got the video of that, but I got them dancing and shit. But yeah, the dude, this was some skinny dude and shit, but like he could have handled the girl he was dancing with, but he tried.
Wait, what?
Yep. Are you live right now?
Yes.
Damn, that's crazy. We started like that.
No, that's hilarious. I mean, it's been a minute since. Well, it's crazy because there's a couple of clubs in New York that I will say every single time I'm supposed to go, something keeps me from being there. Mingles is one of that spot. Every time I'm supposed to go to Mingles, either another event pops up, or I have something else to do, or I get called to go do something else. I never make it inside of Mingles. Another spot is Mars 2112. When that used to be a thing, every time I was supposed to go there, I would be in line at Mars, and then I end up getting called to go somewhere else. Or there's another event somewhere, and I have to leave and head. I never made it inside Mars 2112. The amount of times that I've tried to go there, and it's like either I'm in the line or I'm like right at the door and then I get a phone call, or I'm
Something
right
happens.
about to walk it. Like, it's always something. And Mingles is one of those spots for me. Like, I never make it inside of there.
Damn.
That's crazy. So what had you up in Mingles, though? I'm surprised that's even still a thing.
No, that's my homegirl's birthday or whatever. So,
Okay, shout out to the homegirl. Happy birthday.
yeah, Team Aquarius, you know.
I mean, y'all are whatever.
Oh, we ended up stealing some bottles too that we didn't finish.
Stealing bottles is nuts.
Yeah.
Is it stealing if you pay for it?
Yeah, my boy paid for the bottles and all that. So he was like, "Oh man, we ain't finished this liquor. Like they gonna take it or whatever." So I took one Henny bottle for him and shit. Like,
Nacho was in there stealing.
Yeah, I had it in the crew neck that I was wearing and shit, so I had to. I was walking as discreetly as possible until I got my coat check, and I was like, "I bet I'm gonna put it in my pocket and act like." And then my boy who was an idiot, he put I think he put the rest of the Don Julio inside a can of
Liquor Dan.
Yeah.
Nah, that's what I was drinking today too. I ain't gonna hold you.
Nah, he put
I had one shot of Don and then one shot of honey Jack. Yeah.
Honey Jack. That was smooth.
The rest was a Sour Monkey IPA.
I had Patron yesterday and some Henny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, get me the fuck out of this fucking... Oh my God.
Nah, but long story short, my boy, he had the Don Julio in the can. He put it inside of his pants, so when we got into the car, he spilled it. I was like, damn, son.
I mean... Trying to maneuver while intoxicated or while inebriated. Let me say that.
I mean, it's both the same difference. But.
No. Because I feel like intoxicated is worse than inebriated. I feel like if you're intoxicated, that means you're fucked up.
I mean,
but if you're inebriated, you're like a little, you're a little vibey.
I think it might be the same thing, but I don't know what the difference is between the both. I think we got to settle.
I feel like, matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. I'm gonna look it up because I feel like they're different. And intoxicated versus inebriated.
We're about to find out the answer.
I feel like they're different.
All right, so let's see what it says.
Intoxicated and inebriated are both terms that describe a state of being drunk or under the influence of a substance. Inebriated can also mean to make someone drunk. Intoxicated is a general term for being under the influence. It can also refer to the physical and behavioral effects of consuming alcohol. Inebriated is the more formal term of being drunk. It can refer to being exhilarated or confused. Okay, so intoxicated comes before inebriated. Got it. Yeah. Inebriation can refer to the emotions associated with being drunk, such as a euphoria or a confusion. So yeah, intoxicated is when you're like feeling the liquor, and inebriated is when you're in that shit. Like,
I mean, that would also apply to drugs too, basically.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't necessarily know. Like, I've never considered someone who was high or who was on coke or who took a pill or whatever as intoxicated or inebriated. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I've never used those words to describe those things. I've only ever used them to describe, like, when you're drinking.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, that's interesting. Okay.
So it's settled.
After his fourth drink, his inebriation was noticeable to everyone. The inebriation at the party led to a mix of high spirits and a few teary outbursts. Inebriation is generally only used to describe drunkenness, while intoxication is more general and could be applied to any recreational drug. Okay, so any drug would leave you intoxicated, but alcohol would deem you inebriated. It makes sense.
Huh. All this time I thought inebriated would apply to drugs as well.
Right? I mean, honestly, like I've never really been around people who do like drugs. Like the only thing that I've been around is like maybe coke, maybe pills, maybe like acid, but nothing crazy.
Been around crackheads and people.
Oh no, I've never been around crack.
No, been around crackheads.
I'm crackhead. Well, okay, I take it back. I've been around crack dealers, and this is like let's be serious. But I've never been around crackheads, like actual users of said drug.
Yeah,
nah.
I've been around both, but yeah, in my mom's building, like there's a crackhead lady that's been living on the top floor, which is the 24th floor for context, since I've been a kid, and she still lives there to this day.
Does she still do crack?
I doubt it.
Oh, okay.
She talks to herself and all that shit. She be cursing herself out and everything.
I mean, listen, I don't judge. Like that's never been my thing. Like I've known niggas who smoked weed. I've known people who've snorted coke. So I can't judge based on any recreational drug of choice. Mm-hmm. However, I can honestly say that there's just certain things that I've never been privy to. So I don't necessarily know. Like I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I mean, but I hear it's new age crackheads. Like it's young kids doing crack in 2025. Well, they were in 2024. I don't know if they've been doing crack in 2025.
I mean, they're doing pills and all that. I don't know about crack.
I mean, but I feel like pills is just a gateway because once you get into like oxys and once you get into like perks. Anything, perks, oxys, anything that are like downers, like you're right there. Like you're right fucking there.
I mean, at that point, you don't need crack. I'm just saying, like.
I mean, anyway.
And also, Fenny exists too.
Anyways, I'm not about to sit here and judge people's drug use. What's going on? Happy Sunday.
Happy Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes, happy Super Bowl Sunday. I actually watched the Super Bowl at my homegirl's house. I got to her crib at around halftime. Mm-hmm. And I don't know about you, but was the Super Bowl boring?
I mean, I was there for the halftime show, of course.
No, but I'm just saying, like, overall, was it?
I mean, yeah, one team was getting their back kicked in, so it was like. I would say the highlight of the whole Super Bowl was the halftime show, and the Eagles winning. If you're an Eagles fan,
I don't even think that was that because during the halftime show, I kind of just was like, "This is very like slow and calm, and this is not turn up vibes at all." Like, I was a little upset at the song choice.
I kind of was too, but I realized what he was doing, like the whole narrative and stuff like that.
It was mad woke, and I don't got time for that.
No, I mean, no, this is the right type of woke.
I don't got time for shit to be fucking woke. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
I mean, if you're the first rapper to headline the Super Bowl, it gotta be.
Was he the first rapper?
Yes, the first solo rapper ever.
The first solo rapper to ever headline the Super Bowl?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, he was telling the whole story. It was well choreographed and all that. It's not for everybody for sure, but there was a message to what he was doing there.
Yes, I got the red and the blue and the, looking like the flag and the blood in the crib and I got all of that and him looking at the camera and calling out Drake. Like, I got all of that, but I don't necessarily think
No, but it was bold for him to do that because he had other songs that was actually hype music.
Like what?
Well, he played some of them, like Humble and DNA and stuff like that. Mad City, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, Money Trees and stuff like that.
Why do I not remember? I don't know.
He played, but most of the songs he played was from his recent album.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. I don't know. Like, I know he played the Black Panther song, and I like him and SZA, and SZA ate down. Let me just say, SZA ate down. Sounded great live. For all the people who be loving to talk about how SZA can't sing and she don't sound good live. I mean, granted, she did have a point in time where she didn't sound good live, but she made up for it with tonight's performance for sure. But I would just say, like, I don't necessarily know if this was a Super Bowl worth mentioning. Like, I remember being in Philly for their last Super Bowl appearance and, like, hopping from spot to spot and, like, people being hype about Philly being in the Super Bowl.
Oh, no, that made more sense because that was literally their first Super Bowl win ever. So that made more sense. That one hit different.
Wait, I thought they lost that time. What was that, 2023?
No, 2018 they won. 2023 they lost.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was the time that I was in Philly is when they ended up losing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right. So, yeah. So my thing was, it was just the fact of, like, it was nothing like that. Like, my experience tonight was nothing like the night I was in Philly, and I don't necessarily know who's to blame for that.
I mean, you gotta blame the Eagles because they came through and handled business.
I suppose. I don't know. But yeah, I say all that to say, I don't necessarily know what all I wanted to talk about today. I had a few things on the list. Let me see.
Let's get through it. Are we doing the rose and thorns of the week and all that?
Oh, right. Because today is Sunday. So, rose and thorn of the week. What was your rose of the week?
My rose of the week. It snowed.
Oh my god.
No. I gotta find something different. That's one of them. That's definitely one of them. My rose of the week. Oh, I started investing more.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You started investing more. Like, what's your, I guess, like, where do you get your investing tips from? Or do you just kind of, like, go with, your feelings?
Well, no. I mean, I do a lot of research because that's the most important thing. But, like, this is, like, basically investments that I made from a couple years ago. So I'm basically rebuilding on that.
Okay.
So, like, I just got back to doing, like, recurring payments and all that just to make sure my portfolio grows and stuff like that. Like, make sure my money goes to the right place and all that. Make sure it works for me and all that, so.
Okay. My rose of the week is I graduated my program. Graduation was Friday, and we're pretty much done with classes. Majority of us, I think they said 80% of the class got their certifications. We was looking kind of scary. I ain't gonna hold you. About a week before graduation, we were at 60-something% certified, and then most people ended up taking their exam either the day before graduation or the day of graduation, and they ended up bringing that number from 67 to 80%. So, shout out to my instructors for getting 80% certified in our particular cohort. And on Friday, we all met up because one of our cohort members is a bartender. So we all met up at her bar and, took shots, hung out, chatted, all of that good stuff.
Nice.
So, it was a really fun time on Friday. And so, we kind of did that. And, like, we kind of, like, vowed to, like, keep our Discord open, make sure that we keep, keep in contact with each other and, building upon our network and so on and so forth. So that was a really, really good time. What about your thorn of the week?
My thorn of the week. Kind of personal, but my thorn of the week is, my mom's health insurance.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What happened?
So she gets home care and stuff like that. There's two different types of home care, like CDPAP, PCA.
Okay.
So
now, like, what's the difference with PCA? Because I told you I've worked with people who travel with PCAs and stuff like that. So, like, what makes that different than a regular, I guess, like, health aid or home health aid or whatever?
Well, PCAs are the home health aides, but it's basically like personal care assistant. Like, they're the more professionally trained people to provide home care for.
Really? Because I feel like PCAs could be anybody. It'd be people's spouses. It'd be their, kids. It'd be any fucking body.
I mean, yeah, but like in the world of home care, like they separate it because like with CDPAP is basically somebody that I pick to take care of my mother, basically.
Really?
So the issue with her insurance is basically it's like she did an assessment or whatever, and they gave her certain hours I did not rock with basically. So she gets like 24 hours of care, 12 hours on each type of home care. So they said she qualified for less. I'm like, time out. Like she got 24 for a reason. So so that was my thorn of the week. I already know what I'm gonna do to go get over that issue. So it's just annoying that I have to do this again.
No, that is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
No, that's a fact. Let me see. What's my thorn of the week is having to fucking go back into like the job market and having to apply for jobs and doing the cover letters and the specialty apply for every position.
Yeah, that shit's annoying.
Redo your resume for every job. Like, who has the time for that? Like, I wanted to just pay somebody, but the person who I was referred to, his rate is like $400.
For a resume?
$400 for a resume and a cover letter, I think.
You could get a $20 subscription on I think it was mycoverletter.com. They can make any resume they want for you.
But do they have the results is the question. People who use them, are they getting the job? Because this dude is on LinkedIn almost every other day with a person who he has gotten a job. And the ends justify the means. It's just the fact of like $400 is crazy.
I mean, he might be scamming it, but who knows?
You think 400 is scamming?
Yeah, like 400 to get a resume done. That's crazy. No, but like you can easily get it done yourself. And most job recruiters use AI when it comes to going through resumes and all that.
Right, but it's like the whole like defeating the AI, making sure that you're showing up ATS worthy, making sure because like so I applied to a job in my homegirl's. I guess like job or whatever. Like I applied to a position at my homegirl's job and she looked at it and was like, oh yeah, when you look at the HR version of like what they see, her HR, I guess version or whatever, read my resume and was like, oh, she's not qualified, which is insane. Like legit insane. But it's probably because I didn't tailor my resume specifically to that job description. I kind of maybe applied with like a general resume, perhaps. I don't remember. So I had told her to maybe pull the person who did get selected, pull their resume, and then let me, let me know what the differences may have been, what did they have on their resume versus what I had, whatever. But it's just the idea of this is what you have to go for. It's no longer just about, are you qualified? Do you have the skills? Can you do the job that we're required? It's literally, can you beat our AI? Are you better than AI? Like, not even are you smarter than a fifth grader? Are you smarter than ATS? That's where we are when it comes to like a lot of these quote unquote corporate jobs. And it's ridiculous. Like it's really and truly ridiculous.
I mean, at this rate, that's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta use in order to get a job. You gotta use AI for your resumes to get noticed, basically. Because a lot of these employers are not playing fair with AI. So.
Yeah, I suppose, but I literally don't know what it was that I wanted to talk about today. Because I know what I want to do on Wednesday. I think I spent more time thinking about Wednesday than today. So let me see.
What you had in mind for Wednesday?
Oh shit, excuse me. Did we talk about Doechii?
No, we didn't. We can talk about it.
I don't give a fuck, to be honest. Either way, I'm gonna be straight. So I got fired today. I don't give a fuck, to be honest. Either way, I'm gonna be straight.
I feel like she worked at like
think tomorrow.
Chipotle or something crazy.
I'm just gonna go to a whole bunch of like studios and like ask if they have any internships open, and also just like ask questions. Like I don't fucking know. I think tomorrow I'm just gonna go to a whole bunch of. I'm just gonna go in.
From
Studios.
getting fired from her job
What
to
else?
winning a Grammy. 5 years ago, Doechii was fired from her
Motherfucking
job and had
record
nothing
label
to
companies,
lose.
like, I'm
And
just
all
gonna
she
go
had was
in
faith and passion to make it happen. Always
and ask.
believe in your dreams and the
Who gives
plans
a
God
fuck?
has for
Like,
you.
I have
You
nothing to
never know
lose.
where you may end up. Trust God.
I'm just gonna go in. Studios, who gives a fuck? Like this, I have nothing to lose.
That's a fact.
I literally have nothing to lose. I have no place. I have no job.
I
I have
remember
no
this
children.
video.
I have. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Who fucking cares? I'm just gonna do it. I'll let you know.
I don't
how
need
that
to.
goes.
I don't know who needs to
Who
hear
gives
this,
a
but
fuck?
dreams do
Like
come
this,
true.
I have nothing to lose.
Nah.
Supreme.
I put my heart and my soul into this mixtape. I bared my life. I went through so much. I dedicated myself to sobriety, and God told me that I would be rewarded and that He would show me just how good it can get. And I have to thank God. I need to thank my beautiful. I put my heart and my soul into this mixtape. I know that there is some black girl out there, so many black women out there that are watching me right now, and I want to tell you, you can do it. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. I know that there is some black girl out there, so
a
many
fact.
black women out
Doechii. So what was this? The Grammys?
Yeah.
Yeah, Doechii. She did her thing. Like I ain't even gonna hold you. She did her mother effing Thug Thistle. Like I feel like, did I have any? Oh, I didn't save any of her performance. That's crazy.
Man, the hate she got is stupid too.
No, that's crazy. I didn't save any of her performance. Oh no, that's nuts. That's nuts. Ooh, excuse me, but no, she did her thing. Like I feel like her winning that night was epic. She's the third woman to win Artist of the Year or Album of the Year. I don't remember because I
It was
feel
Rap
like
Album of the Year.
Rap Album of the Year. Yes. So first was Lauryn Hill. Then second was Cardi B. Shout out the Bronx. And third is Doechii. And I do respect it. I'm here for it. I definitely am here for it.
Doechii Supreme.
Facts. And they had that like damn, I don't even have access to it anymore. But they had that like little trend where it's like I was introduced to Doechii and it was a lot of like her old work, a lot of her old videos, old music and things that may have been what introduced you to Doechii as an artist.
You forgot to take a chicken out.
Yeah, I think my first introduction to Doechii was what is it, Blucky Ducky? I don't know the full name of it, but it's like Blucky Ducky something.
I think it was that. That's the one. That's the one I got put on too.
Yeah, I got familiar with her around then, and then from there she did Colors, and then from her Colors performance, then she did What it is, ho? What's up?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, when she did that, that's when she kind of like really exploded. And then that's when everybody else was like on the Doechii train. But no, I congratulate her. Good for her. Like, that's what's up. Let me see. What else is, what is this? T-Pain has been married to his wife, Amber, since 2023. Oh, no. This was supposed to be for Wednesday. Damn, that's for Wednesday. What's this?
What?
Oh, yeah. The CEO of Goldman Sachs. He is a EDM DJ named as DJ D-Soul. He performs at nightclubs and music festivals in locations such as New York, Miami, and the Bahamas. His Spotify profile boasts approximately 236,000 monthly listeners. And in 2018, he founded Payback Records, a record label that donates all of its proceeds to charity. That is kind of epic. I'm not even gonna hold you.
That's dope, but that last sentence, I'm kind of looking, kind of find that sketchy.
What do you mean? Why is it sketchy?
I mean, the record label just donated to charity. I'm like, cool. But do y'all help out the artists, the only labels?
I mean, but EDM, like, is that necessarily a genre in which the artists get paid? Don't they just get paid from like their appearances versus their actual music? Like, I don't know any EDM artist who gets paid per spins.
Yeah, absolutely.
Versus whether they get booked for festivals, whether they get booked for live shows, whether they get booked for, like, the newest thing is EDM artists getting booked for the Sphere in Las Vegas. Like, if you can get booked at the Sphere, then you've made it as a EDM techno dance
but I'm talking,
DJ artist, whatever.
I'm talking about, like, as far as like publishing and like ownership of their music goes and stuff like that.
How the fuck do you own EDM music?
You can. I mean, if you're in the...
How do you know what song is what? Like, I've always felt the way about like EDM, I guess, like aficionados knowing songs, because it's like, it's just a beat. How do you know what song this is given just the beat? Like, there are no words, there are no lyrics, there's no nothing. So how do you pick it up out of a lineup of other EDM music?
What do you mean pick what up out of?
How do you pick out the song? Like, how do you know this is this song versus another song?
I mean, by the name and artist.
How do you know the name and artist when it's just played in a mix?
I mean, doesn't that mix have a playlist of the artist's name and songs and all that?
I don't know.
I mean, I know my boy, he DJs too. He does the EDM stuff too as well. But like, yeah, there's certain artists that he knows or whatever.
Soju Gang. I don't know
Ladies
who
and
that
gentlemen,
is.
can I have your attention, please? I'm sorry, but the police are here. They've asked us to stop the party.
Fuck off!
Yeah, like, how am I supposed to know what song it is? It's just random noises. It's random noises.
Wicked!
EDM night.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you know what song this is? Like, how do you listen to this and you be like, oh, this is blah, 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 blah. How the fuck do you know?
I mean, these people drop albums. That Punk, for example.
It's all a vibe, though.
Yeah.
It's all a fucking vibe. Cat wave is my new favorite genre. The cat just sitting on.
And kiss you, so the beats easy breezy, now follow it. Listen to my words, don't fight or swallow it. Now shake your body, we know we're rocking it. So swing your hips, cause there ain't no stopping it. Yes, I got the power to make you shake your booty and keep the flow going. That is my duty. And build up a army with
You're my dog. Yeah, I don't know how do you tell the difference.
Quiere darle ven, pero como yo casi no sé. Si no aprovecharon cuando la aprendí, que yo le di el break, pero lo perdí. Soy la perra de tu marido que te lo tiene fundido. Soy la perra de tu marido que te lo tiene
Who knows what song is this? Like, what song is this?
You'd be surprised.
What fucking song is this? All right. So, fun fact. So, I never forget, it was a night I went to a club in the Heights with my Dominican / Puerto Rican homegirl. She's both. And I went with her and her friends. Mm-hmm. And then after the spot, she went home with some guy, and so me and her other two homegirls, we split a cab. Mm-hmm. So we ended up going to, I think one of the girls lived at like Mapes and something, like next to the pool. Mm-hmm. So there was a corner store. So we go to the corner store and we all had to pee. Mm-hmm. So she asked, because she lives there, she's like, yo, can we use the bathroom? Whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. So they're like, yeah, you can use the bathroom. And we ended up going to the bathroom in something similar, like a corner store. But we had to go basically like in their basement. And in the basement, it was like doors where people were living. There was like hookah and stuff set up down there. Like, it was really fucking crazy down there. It was like we went and used the bathroom, but it was in some shit that was it wasn't just lit though. It was some shit that looked like this though. Like, you go in the corner, imagine this is the corner store, then there's a door into the basement, and then you walk down some shit that look like this, and you end up in like their basement apartment or whatever. And they had a little vibe going on down there. Why are you looking at me like that?
What?
Oh, this is interesting. That was a little underwhelming. I didn't like that drop. That was a build up for a letdown. Oh shit, I wasn't even looking at that. Oops. But that was a build up for a letdown. This is not what I wanted to talk about today. Let's see. Oh, you know what I did want to talk about today?
What?
It was... So apparently Amanda Seales went on live and was talking about her situation with Issa Rae, which kind of made me feel a little bit of a way. Because it really didn't make any sense. And it's like, I be wanting to be Team Amanda because I feel like I understand her. Like, I feel like I get her. I feel like she makes sense to me. But then she does certain things that will literally piss me off or, like, not make any sense. To the point where it's like, girl, what are you going through? So, like, her last situation was she went on Club Shay Shay. And she was talking about how she's autistic, and all of these situations happen to her, and she just didn't understand because she's autistic, and like she just doesn't get it, and blah blah blah, and whoop de woo. And then after the episode airs, she ends up saying, "Oh, I never got tested for autism. I just think I am, based on my experiences." And it's like, girl, you could have left that out. You didn't have to tell us that. You could have kept that to yourself. Like, nobody told her to go live. Like, the episode came out and she could have just left it there. But no, she felt the need to go live. So then again, she goes live and she mentions, oh yeah, the real reason me and Issa Rae have beef. And I'm just like, girl, like, what are you talking about? And this is Jessie Woo. Shout out to her. I've been following her for a minute.
Oh, but hold low. We finally know the real reason behind Amanda Seales' beef with Issa Rae. Oh my God, it is a shocker.
Yeah, shout out Jessie Woo. She's been a dope content creator.
What's up, guys? It's your sister, Jessie Woo. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure that you subscribe. So you can join the Black Women's Tribe during it's Black History, Black Women's Month. Yeah, it's Black History, Black Women's Month. I hope that you're doing good. I hope that your Black History Month is going well. Y'all see the title. Let's get straight into the motherfucking tea. Y'all know what time it is. We finally know. Lo and behold and lo, we finally know the real reason behind Amanda Seales' beef with Issa Rae. Oh my God, it is a shocker. So yesterday, I guess, on Amanda's YouTube channel, she went live and she chose to give us this information that nobody asked for, nobody wanted, nobody cared to know. There's no reason for it. She just decided on her time, on her channel, to let us know what really took place between her and Issa Rae. And before we actually take a look, I want y'all to get the context of the video. I believe at this portion of her video, she does this thing where I guess she presents a word, she teaches the class a new word, which is great. So if you want to learn new verbiage, if you want to enhance your vocabulary, Amanda Seales obviously is someone that's amazing for doing this and helping you out with that if you listen to her. And so the word was tenebrous, I think, but let's go ahead and take a look.
Tenebrous, dark, shadowy, or obscure. Can somebody use it in a sentence? Can somebody use tenebrous in a sentence? Tenebrous, dark, shadowy, or obscure. Dark, shadowy, or obscure.
Tenebrous.
Reagan comes from y'all. She said word of the day should be initiative. Yes, initiative. One day I asked my bro something on Facebook and he said, I don't know, look it up, LOL. And I was like, that's what I'm doing. No. Here's some tea for you. You know the day I stopped talking to Issa? I'm going to tell you the day. Here's some tea for y'all because y'all know you love some tea. So I'm going to give you some tea right now.
Unsolicited.
All right. How did we get here?
This is some surprise tea.
How did we get already? How did we get here? You were talking about the word of the day, and then all of a sudden you go, you know how I stopped talking to Issa, right? Like, how did we get here?
Talking to Issa. We were all sitting around waiting to shoot. And we were chit-chatting. Together as a group was all chit-chatting. And we started talking about this new show. A new show had come out. Okay? And as we started talking about the new show that come out, Issa started reading a review of the show out loud to the group. Okay? Reading the show out loud to the group. So we're all sitting there listening and we're all commenting and involved in the commentary and in the conversation. Everybody as a group is talking. And when I say everybody, I mean the cast members. We're all chit-chatting about it, okay? Together. All of us together. And she fell off from the conversation because she was reading the rest of the article to herself. So then I guess when she was done reading, she said, oh, yeah, it ends with da-da-da-da-da. And I asked, oh, well, did they mention da-da-da-da-da? And she said, why don't you just read it yourself?
Wait, what happened?
And that was the last day.
Wait, what happened to the rest of that audio? Where is it?
I have no clue.
What happened? What did she say? I need to know. What did she say? What happened?
Because I had taken so much sickness and weirdness for the past 5 seasons.
Okay, so it looks like the audio was...
And it was the last season. And I just said, you know what? I don't gotta take this no more.
Okay, there's a mismatch.
I don't know who the fuck you're talking to. I don't know why you're even addressing me this way. We're in a whole group of people together. We're all discussing this. I'm actually showing interest. And so that was the last day. And I have never spoken to her again. Because I'm always going to show you respect unless you play me, which I have one time got out of my face because I felt played. And then she then tried to act like she was going to fight me when we was on stage doing a read about a movie. And I was like, stop, because we're not about to.
Wait, is it just me or is it like off? Something's off with the audio.
Fight. And then we were able to have a civil conversation after that. Hey, listen, you got my feelings, fine. But trying to sunning me in front of everybody is unacceptable for a number of reasons. One, I am your employee. I'm your employee. That's number one. You're sunning me for what? Like, it's not that I did anything wrong. It's not like you're correcting me in the work. 2, I am your peer, colleague, and 3, I'm your elder. Boom, boom, boom. So that was the last day. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to keep putting up with this behavior. I'm not going to keep interacting with this. I'm not going to keep kowtowing. I'm not going to keep being the bigger person who comes and tries to soothe and smooth because you're the boss. I'm not going to do it.
No, the audio was off. Like, I feel like the audio and her actions are not adding up. I don't know. Something's a little weird with this video.
So that was the last day. So for anyone who's ever wanted to know, you just got a random tea. That was the last day. There we go. Okay, let's get back to Tenebras. Yes, Tenebras. Yeah, I was not tenebrous about my feelings moving forward after that. Very clear.
After watching this.
Okay, yeah, her video is off, but Jessie Woo's video is insane.
If you're still Team weird. Amanda Seales in the whole Issa Rae, her publicist debacle, I'm going to choose to believe that you are just as dumb as Amanda Seales doesn't realize that she is. This lady's dumb as hell. Book smart, dumb as hell. Because number 1, nobody asked you for this. Number 2, what is your reason for this? Just what? What is your reason for this? Folks have moved on from the Shannon Sharp interview. Folks have moved on from the Kamala moment that you just had where you basically came online and told us that Kamala shut you down. Oh. Like, people have moved on from a lot of the fuck shit that you've done in the recent years. And here you come again. Here you come again. And Issa Rae has never said anything publicly about you other than the moment that she had, I think it was last summer, when she finally said, you know, somebody, I think she was in an interview and she was asked, is there anybody in the business that you would never work with again? And she said, well, you know, if you've ever gone on Instagram Live and talked shit about me from a party you weren't invited at, or something like that. I can't remember the word for word. But that's the most she's ever said. And mind you, she said this after you went on the Shannon Sharp show and said that your reason for your beef with Issa Rae is because she did not protect you against her publicist. So now, lo and behold and lo, it wasn't even the publicist. It was Issa. So for 5 years, you had to deal with Issa Rae trying to fight you?
Okay, I don't think that's what she said. I feel like she said something different. Okay, here's my thing, right? When it comes to Amanda Seales, I empathize with her in how, you know, she maneuvers or believes she maneuvers in this space that we call life. Mm-hmm. I just don't sympathize with how she chooses to deal with it.
She acts entitled.
She does. She acts entitled, but I'm not going to say that she's not entitled to what she's entitled to, because Amanda Seales has been somebody who has been in the sphere of the culture for a very long time. Whether it was her work in deaf poetry, whether it was her work in media and hip hop, you know, journalism, whether it's her artistic contributions, we can't say, or I can't say, that Amanda Seales doesn't deserve her just due. However, what I will say is, bitch, if they want you to be the villain, be the motherfucking villain. Like, let that be your motivator. Like, if they're not gonna like you as the sweetheart, congenial princess, whatever it is, be the best motherfucking villain you can be. And that is something that I respect of a Nicki Minaj. That is something I respect of a Rihanna. That is something that I respect of a lot of these industry girlies, where it's like, if they're gonna paint you to be the villain, be the motherfucking villain.
I mean, to be fair, Nicki Minaj truly ain't shit though, but I digress.
Not too much.
Huh?
Not too much, because I'm not even about to argue with you about this, because I don't care why you think she ain't shit. But there's nothing that you can take from Nicki Minaj.
Oh yeah.
She's the reason why the girlies look how they look. She's the reason why the girlies rap how they rap. She's the reason why the girlies give what they give. Nicki Minaj crawled so that these other bitches could walk, fly, and run.
But here's the thing, though. They all pay homage, but she doesn't show them respect.
Why should she? She was first.
Because they're the future.
Who cares?
But that's the thing with hip-hop. If you pave the way for somebody that you influence, and then you know that they're trying to push the genre forward, you should let them. You should do everything to make sure that.
You finna piss me off, but go ahead.
I'm saying you should do everything. You should do everything to make sure you push the genre forward. Don't cut their legs off because they're gonna take your spot. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think you have to care. I think you can come into the game at whatever level you come in. You make whatever impact that you make, and then you can choose to either bow out gracefully, or you can choose to usher in the new generation. But it is still a choice. Either way, you can choose. And so when Nicki Minaj chose to not usher in a Cardi B or whoever else,
well, no, there's a lot of Cardi.
She made a choice, and that is for her to make, because any other rap bitch, quote unquote, has not even been around to be relevant in the conversation of whether or not the up and coming girlies even get a vouch for.
Oh yeah, easy. Missy Elliott, Foxy Brown.
Who has Missy Elliott given a vouch for?
You could probably, obviously Nicki Minaj is one of them.
When has Missy Elliott ever publicly given the okay for Nicki Minaj to do and be Nicki Minaj?
Yeah, this is probably when she first came out, for sure.
Nobody cared.
What do you mean? nobody cared. It's freaking Missy Elliott.
Nicki Minaj came out and did her thing and gained her respect without the cosign of any rap bitch who came before her.
She definitely got cosigns.
By who?
Missy and Foxy are two of her biggest cosigns. Even Lil Kim, until they fell out.
What?
Yes, that was true.
What?
Yes, she definitely did get their cosign. She most definitely got their cosign. That's a fact. Even Lauryn Hill, her crazy ass.
I'm not jacking none of that, but all right.
And plus,
you want me to believe that? Y'all gonna believe that? That for 5 years, Amanda Seales had to deal with Issa Rae wanting to fight her. I want to show y'all something.
That's not what she said, but of course, this is YouTube and you got to be salacious, so misinterpreting things for the sake of making content. Okay, cool, but that's not what she said.
I want to show y'all something because I don't think y'all understand that Amanda Seales was a pretty big name when she was on Insecure, okay? And before she got on Insecure, I want y'all to keep in mind, Issa Rae had Awkward Black Girl on YouTube. Issa Rae had Awkward Black Girl on her YouTube channel, right? She also gave Amanda Seales her own show on her YouTube channel. Okay? When Issa Rae got her deal with HBO, she took Amanda Seales along with her.
Okay.
And put her on Insecure, okay? When you just do a quick Google, I remember years back, there was this article about Amanda Seales with Bunham & Murray, who's a big company. Just go ahead and just look up Bunham & Murray. This is in June 15, 2021. Insecure star Amanda Seales developing scripted series with Bunham Murray strikes overall style deal with Bunny J producer. I hope I'm saying that right. This woman had a scripted deal with one of the biggest unscripted / scripted production companies in the business. Just look up Bunham Murray. What happened? What happened? She'll also develop, produce, and potentially star in both scripted and unscripted series across the company. What happened? What happened to this? Amanda Seales, star of HBO Insecure, is setting up shop with Keeping Up the Kardashians producer Bunham Murray Productions. Comedian Seales, who previously co-hosted the daytime talk show The Real, hosted NBC's Bring the Funny. Like, you had all of these one-season jobs, okay? Then you get with Bunham Murray, they give you this deal, and nothing come out of it. Nothing. Like, you had a development deal. Nothing came from it. Amanda Seales, hold on. Amanda Seales had the I Be Knowin' special, 2019.
Speaking of her comedy special,
Why'd you only get one special from HBO? What's her name?
I didn't like it.
Who special? Amanda Seales?
Yeah, I watched it and I felt like it was just something about it that I just didn't think was what's the word? I just wasn't entertained.
Is she like Nick Cannon doing stand-up?
I've never seen Nick Cannon doing stand-up.
He has a Netflix special somewhere.
Does he really?
Yeah. I believe it was a Netflix special that he has.
No, I didn't watch it. But for me, I watched I Be Knowing and I just wasn't entertained. Like,
Lord, I'm forgetting my Nigerian sister name. Lord have mercy. Hold on.
Oh, she's talking about
Lord.
Yvonne Orji.
Yvonne Orji.
Yeah.
Yvonne Orji has 2 HBO specials. She came from the same show.
That's Molly, right?
Mm-hmm.
She had A Whole Me.
And no tea, no shade, I didn't like either one of her specials either. Like, I like my women comedians to actually fucking be funny. Like, I don't want you to lean into stereotypes. I don't want you to lean into, like, obvious punchlines. Like, I want you to actually be fucking funny. Like, do that. Like, to me, I thought, who are female comedians? I think Kathleen Madigan. I think she's funny. I think what's that girl? The Asian one, the one that's always pregnant, Ali Wong. I think she's funny. I believe what's that girl? Michelle Barteau. She has like a French last name. I think she's funny. I think who else is another? It's another white girl. What the fuck is her name? it's a couple of other female comedians that I think are actually funny. Not because they lean into certain stereotypes, not because they just go for like the obvious laughs, but because they actually have a perspective on things that is entertaining. And I didn't see that from Yvonne. Like Yvonne Orji, like, I don't want to be mean.
This is 2022. Before that, she had Mama I Made It. This is 2020.
Like Mama I
Yvonne
Made
Orji
It.
has done very well for herself. She's all
Like that Mama I Made It stand up. I didn't think that was funny, and I hated her outfit. I hated her outfit.
always booked, right? But why is it Yvonne Orji was able to get 2 specials, you only got 1? You got development deal, ain't nothing get developed. I bring all that up to say, Issa Rae had you on every season of Insecure. Mind you, she had you on Insecure even past the whole Emmy's party debacle. You still stayed there. And you want me to believe that this woman was fighting you for 5 seasons? Or she was trying to fight with you, she was disrespecting you for 5 seasons? When literally every time somebody has worked with you, they wash their hands with you, that was it. You're always a one-timer with everybody else. But she kept you for every season. And a lot of y'all would be in the comment section. I would see so many of y'all, well, Issa Rae should have did better with the publicist because the publicist is her employee. Guys, a publicist is not your employee. You do not employ your publicist. You are your publicist's client. Now, it just so happens that Issa Rae and her publicist, Vanessa, they went to school together. They grew up together. They built what they built together.
So I did think that there was something to be said about that situation. And the only thing that I could think about that situation is, why did Amanda Seales, as a Caribbean woman, Caribbean born and raised, like your mother is Caribbean, you grew up in that lifestyle, why would you think it's okay to go to an event where you know you and the host catch up with each other? You and the host don't have a good rapport. You and the host are not cool. Why would you think it's okay to go to that event? And why do you think that anybody should fight for you to be able to be at that event? That don't make no sense. Because me personally, if I don't get a personal invite, I'm not going. I don't want to hear about it from somebody else. I don't want to be watching on social media and seeing that you have this. I don't want to watch other people talking about going and I wasn't invited. Mm-hmm. But that's just me, a Jamaican. Granted, she's a Grenadian. I don't know how Grenadians give it up. I'm not being offensive. I'm not.
We get it.
But Jamaicans don't carry on like that. If we are not invited personally, we're not fucking going. It's not happening. It's not happening. Even if I get an inkling that I'm a last minute invite, I'm not fucking coming. I'm not. Like, I need you to make it seem as though your party would be a flop without me for me to think about showing up. Mm-hmm. Like, I need you to need me there for me to want to go. So that whole situation with the publicist and the blah, 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 I never understood that. But again, that's her beef, whatever.
But in Hollywood, your publicist can make or break you. That is their job, to make you look even bigger than what you are. Even if for the biggest stars, their publicists come in and create these illusions around them to make them look bigger than what they are. Your publicist is not on your set. The publicist was not on the Insecure set. She wasn't down to the snack bar talking to Amanda crazy. She wasn't in the scenes talking to her crazy. The lady has a long list of clients that she has to tend to. She just didn't fuck with Amanda. That's not Issa Rae's business. I'm always stay by that. I'm gonna stay by that too. And some of y'all was, you're just biased because you work with Issa Rae. I've worked with Amanda Seales too. And you know what? I'm gonna tell my story in this episode of There's a couple things, y'all. It's not just a couple things. We're just, talking about what's going on.
Wow.
But I've worked with both. Okay? One was insufferable, one wasn't. It just is what it is.
So let me say this, right? Like, I've never worked with Amanda, but I remember when Charlamagne had his show, it was called Hell of a Week. And my homegirl, who was acting as my quote-unquote manager at the time, she used to find all of like these like talk shows and stuff like that for us to get on. Mm-hmm. And so she used to get us tickets to Hell of a Week, quite often, to the point where like we know the production people, we know Charlamagne's assistant, like we know certain key people that were making that show, move. Ooh, excuse me. And I believe it was like his Christmas episode where Charlamagne had Amanda on as a guest. And so I believe at the time, this was right after her book, Small Doses, came out. And so I had the book and I prepared a card. And I was like, I really want for her to sign my book, number one. But I wanted to give her this card. And so we spoke to the guy who we knew at the production, part of the production team. And we was like, yo, can you get this to Amanda to get her to sign? Also, can you give her this card for me? It would mean a lot. We give him the book. We give him the card. He happens to hand it off. I get the book signed, but she sends the card back. And I was a little offended by that. But it turned out that she was like, yeah, well, I'm really spiritual and I don't really necessarily accept things from strangers and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, I get it, whatever. It is what it is. But it was just like really, really weird. It was like, you signed my book for me, which, thank you. Appreciate it. But the card was just like a token of my appreciation for the content that you create, for the person that you are, for the things. Because I was really a big Amanda Seales fan, just because I felt like I understood her plight in everything that she does and goes through. But she sent my card back, and that kind of made me feel away. But I would never think to get on YouTube or whatever and be like, Amanda Seales never accepted my card, and that means she's a blah blah. Like, I would never do that. It was just a matter of, okay, well, she didn't accept my card. I got my signature on my book, but she didn't accept the card. Cool, whatever. No big deal. And I think that people tend to take certain interactions as a big deal. So, like, Jessie Woo, I fuck with her. I've been a fan of hers for a while. I followed her, up until she really got big when she was just on Instagram and, all of the things. So to see her at this place, I feel like her YouTube has a significant amount of followers. I'll look it up in a minute. But to see where she's blossomed into, like, congrats for her. She's been in a few shows, blah, 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 whoop-de-woo. But to see her sitting here dogging out Amanda like this feels a little weird.
Okay. Issa Rae post that party that she wasn't even at, called Amanda, called her publicist, told them both to speak to each other. The publicist was willing to talk to Amanda, and Amanda wasn't. The publicist said, well, do you want to know why I don't like you? Amanda's response, I don't give a why you don't like me.
I don't give a fuck either. Why would I want to sit here and listen to why you don't like me? Bitch, what? Did I do something to you? Yes or no? That's all I would want to know. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, did I do something to you personally for you to not like me? Or do you just want to be a bitch and not like me just because you think it's cute to not like me? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't want to hear that shit either. That's why I be feeling like I feel Amanda. Like, I feel her. I feel her on a, I don't want to say spiritual, but like on a cellular level. I feel you, because I don't want to hear why you don't like me either. Bitch, you don't like me, eat a dick. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. And let me find out that you don't like me for a nondescript reason. I'm going to make a reason for you to not like me. I'm going to give you a reason to like me, because I'm going to wow the fuck out. But that's just me. Never mind. I'll take it back.
That's not my business. Okay, cool. So nothing got resolved, and you're still looking at Issa Rae for what? Y'all are two grown-ass bitches that can't get along with each other, but one of you clearly keeps pushing the boundaries. The girl had a party she didn't invite you to. You get to the party, you're asked over 10 times to leave.
That's kind of nuts. asking somebody to leave over 10 times is kind of crazy. I could see how that being a exaggeration, but I just couldn't imagine. Like, all right. So there was an instance where I was a +1 to a wedding. Mm-hmm. My homegirl gets invited to this wedding from a friend, well, from a girl we know from high school. Mm-hmm. The girl is getting married to who I assume is her sugar daddy, because he's significantly older than her. I remember seeing photos of them on Facebook at the time. That lets you know how long ago this is. And so hearing that they're tying the knot, I was like, oh, wow, she's getting married to her sugar daddy. How cute. So my homegirl gets invited. She invites me as her +1. We show up. As we get there, the bride and her groom are taking their photos. Mm-hmm. Now, I never know couples to take photos outside or like amongst, whatever, before the nuptials. But when we get inside, we realize that everybody in the wedding, whatever, they were instructed to stay inside because the couple did not want anybody to be in their photos. So because we showed up and we kind of had to walk past them and we saw them taking their photos as we were on our way into the venue, I already knew that was an issue. So I kind of like put that to the side. Then we realized that majority of the people in the wedding, or majority of the attendees, most of them haven't really talked to the bride or the groom. These are all people that they just, it seems, picked out of nowhere. And it was one story in particular where it was a girl in the bathroom. So me and my homegirl were in the bathroom. After we put our coats in coat check, we go to the restroom. We're making sure, like, okay, we're going to walk into the chapel, blah, blah, blah. We're going to be good. Mm-hmm. We bump into a girl who was like, yeah, I met the bride. I was a friend of a friend. We met at some event. And then the next thing I know, 2 months later, I get asked to be in the wedding. And I was shocked. And we was like, what do you mean shocked? And she was like, yeah, because I had never met her before then. So to be asked to be in the wedding was kind of strange. So I just was like, okay. So she was like, yeah, I felt bad turning it down, but I did tell her that I would show up and blah, blah, blah. So it was like, all right, cool. So we get into the, I guess, like, venue where the nuptials are supposed to happen. Mm. There's nobody on the groom's side of the space. Everybody is sitting on the bride's side. And then as we talk to everybody on the bride's side, they're all like brand new friends. Mm-hmm. Like, they're all people who don't really know her too well, or met her through somebody else, or just something crazy. Mm-hmm. So I don't remember how we ended up leaving out of that area, and me and my homegirl ended up back in like the foyer or area or whatever, to where there's an usher who starts calling my homegirl by name. So when she's calling her, I guess like something in my spirit was like, yo, shit is not right. So I was like, you know what? I'm about to go smoke the rest of my blunt. I'm going to go outside. Let me know what happens. So I go outside. And then my homegirl texts me and was like, yeah, the bride wants us to leave. And I was like, wait, what? And she was like, yeah, the bride was expecting me to show up with somebody else And when she noticed it was you, she asked that you leave and that I wasn't going to let you leave by yourself. So I volunteered to leave.
That shit sounds stupid.
Why you look like that?
Because that shit sounds mad stupid. Like, like.
What? Oh, wait. No, so the thing about it is, right, is like, I can admit, so like in high school, I wasn't the nicest of people. I wasn't the most hospitable of people. I wasn't the kindest of people. So I could see how she may have had a certain feeling about me given high school. But at this point in time, high school was like 10 plus years ago. So for you to be holding on to some shit from high school, I feel like would have been a little problematic. Like just a smidge. Just a smidge. Like, I don't know what you could have been holding on from high school till now. But
grudges.
Given the fact that we showed up when you were taking pictures after you made it clear that you didn't want anyone to see you taking these pictures. That's number one. Number two, there was a certain dress code that I and my homegirl, we weren't privy to. So the dress code was on the invitation, but I didn't read the invitation, if that makes sense. The invitation called for formal. Wait, what was it? It was like formal or cocktail formal. No, it wasn't cocktail. It was something formal. And neither me and my homegirl showed up in that attire. Because I remember that being a thing. Like when we got there, it was like, yo, why are people in these like gowns? And like, why do people have on these like... Because like my homegirl had on a pants, like a jumpsuit, a pant jumpsuit. And I had on like a cocktail dress, fur coat, high heels. So neither of us was dressed formal. However, I felt like we still matched wedding aesthetic.
Yeah.
So it just was like, when we got there and we saw women in like full length gowns and like David's bridal's best, we was like, yo, what the hell are they dressed up for? But it was just like, oh, that was on the invitation, but neither of us abided by it. So it was like, okay, cool. But the fact that the wedding was the attendees were so thin, we just couldn't understand how you would want to make a big deal about us not being in dress code to exclude people, given the fact that it was nobody there.
Yeah, it sounds like a whole disaster. That's what that sounded like.
Great. No. But the thing about it is, it wasn't even a disaster because...
No, for them, it's a disaster because...
The venue, gorgeous. Decorations, gorgeous. Like, it was I believe it was in Long Island. Decorations, gorgeous. Everybody else who was, like, in the wedding, people who were, like, whatever, dressed to the nines. So it was, I guess, worth it, but I just don't even necessarily know. Like, I really don't know. All I know is before the actual ceremony, security came, spoke to my homegirl. I was outside. She had to call me and tell me, oh, I'm getting your coat. I'm going to meet you outside. Long story short, we were asked to leave. So we ended up going to a bar. We ended up talking to the bartender. The bartender's name happened to be Tina. Shout out to you. In Staten Island, Long Island. Yeah, Long Island. Because Staten Island, you got to take the ferry. So shout out to Tina in Long Island at that bar that's right next to the train station, who we told the story about how we got put out of her wedding. She was so tickled. We ended up getting free drinks the whole time we were there.
Nice.
And then we just took the LIR and came back home. But I say all that to say, just one of those situations where you know when you're at an event and it's a problem. So for Amanda Seales to feel like she should show up to that Black Emmys party and think that everything was going to just be cool, and you know you got beef with the host of the party, as a Caribbean girl, bitch, you know better. And I'm just going to leave it at that.
It was plain as day. That just was not Issa Rae's fault. And now you want me to believe that Issa Rae was trying to fight you? Mind you, by your own words, you say that it was because you got out of your face, I think she said. I got out of my face.
Because I'm always going to show you respect unless you play me, which I have one time got out of my face because I felt played. And then she then tried to act like she was going to fight me when we was on stage doing a Rita about a movie. And I was like, stop, because we're not about to fight. And then we were able to have a civil conversation after that. Listen, she got in her feelings, fine.
So you know, you were actually bugging at her. This is by your words. And then for me, for this to be the smoking gun, like, I'm sorry. So you mean to tell me that your beef with Issa is all because Issa Rae read an article to you and the rest of the cast as a group, word for word. She read it, word for word. Discussion is happening, chatter is happening, whatever. She's still reading it. You didn't hear, or you had questions. Oh, did they say whatever? Or did they, and she says, oh, why don't you read it for yourself? That's the smoking gun, bitch. That is the reason you don't have a career. Because when I look at the fact that all of these other entities worked with Amanda Seales just one time, yet Issa Rae kept working with you, and the best you have is Issa Rae telling you, why don't you read this for yourself? That's the best you've got? Are you insane? You don't have a career. You don't have a career because Issa Rae telling you to read it yourself was disrespectful because you're her elder and you were her employee, which, by the way, like, factually speaking, and some of y'all will disagree with this, but I'm not going to argue no facts with nobody. Factually speaking, Amanda Seales, you were HBO's employee. Yes, Issa Rae created the show. Yes, she EP'd the show. But she did not hire you. She didn't cast you. Yes, she wanted you to be a part of it. Of course. But Issa Rae is not the name on your check. You were HBO's employee.
Yeah.
Okay? Issa Rae was your colleague. She was acting with you. Yeah. But she was not your employer. That is factually speaking. And all of this beef is because she told you to go read it for yourself. Or she asked you, hey, why don't you read it for yourself, girl? And let's say she did have an attitude. Have you met yourself recently? You're actually quite insufferable. And it's crazy because I
don't like this idea of Amanda being insufferable. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I mean, it's quite possible.
Insufferable?
I mean, if multiple people have the same issue with you, the problem is you.
You believe that?
Hell yeah. I mean, there's two sides of every story, but if something adds up, if something leans to what the consensus is, then I'm going to have to go with the consensus until proven otherwise, you know?
Really? I mean, insufferable, too extreme to bear, intolerable, having or showing unbearable arrogance or... All right. Having or showing unbearable arrogance or conceit. Similar, conceited, arrogant, boastful, cocky, cocksure, full of oneself. I don't have a problem with being insufferable. Sorry to say it. Sorry.
I mean, it depends on the situation.
If you are not full of yourself, who the fuck are you supposed to be full of? Please tell me. Who are you supposed to be full of? If not of yourself. If you are not supposed to be full of yourself, of your capabilities, of your accomplishments, of your what's the word? Capabilities, confident, whatever. If you are not to be full of yourself, who are you supposed to be full of?
I mean, all that is cool, but also your reputation matters. And that's another important thing. You can be full of yourself, but you gotta make sure your reputation is on point, you know? Make sure make sure any room that you go, you get respect in that room. You know, like you command respect. You know what I'm saying? You can be full of yourself, but also your reputation is important. Because people's perception of you is important and stuff like that. So you got to make sure that's maintained, I think.
I don't know if I fall.
I mean, it's part of the 48 laws of power too.
I don't know if I fall into that.
What do you mean? You don't think your reputation is important?
No, because I don't give a fuck what people think about me.
I mean, right, but again, like, it depends on a certain profession that you're in. I think your reputation matters. Like it holds weight anywhere you go. Basically, it could determine your success or your failure. Basically, for example, looking like a Fresh and Fit, their reputation is down to shit because they want to be dickheads.
I don't think that that's comparable.
I mean, obviously not, but
I'll say this, right? Like, I'm so, like, and I think this is where I tend to empathize with an Amanda Seals, because I too can give a flying F about what someone else who I don't even think worthy has an opinion of me. Like, the people whose opinion of me matters, their opinion their version of what they get of me is not the same version as somebody who doesn't care. And I don't want to make it seem as though I act different with different people.
No, I'm just saying, like, as far as like your professional relationship, I feel like your reputation is at the utmost importance right there, because that could either make or break you in whatever field that you're in.
To an extent. Because I will say, right, like, how can I put this?
I mean, you don't have to be too friendly with people, but as long as you're a solid person with integrity, that's all that matters.
Yeah, but I don't see Amanda as somebody who lacks integrity.
It's not that. It's just, I mean, based off what Jessie says, she has an issue with like ego and entitlement. I mean, that's what this whole story is telling me, you know? And then all the other stories that I've so far known about Amanda.
My thing with Amanda Seals is, bitch, just be a fucking villain.
Even that's cool.
Just be a fucking villain. Like, nobody cares to want to see you as the damsel in distress. Nobody cares to want to see you as the person who needs protecting, or nobody sees you like that.
That's true.
So be and this is why I respect the hell out of a Nicki Minaj, because when she came out and said, everybody want to see me be the bad guy, and that's all right, because you ain't never seen a bad guy like me, I was here for every second of that. Because again, be the fucking villain. First of all, let me say this. Villains have the best wardrobe. Villains have the best lines. Villains have the best, like, catchphrases or, like, memorable moments. Be the fucking villain. Be the villain.
I mean, I see Nicki Minaj.
Be the villain. Be the villain. It's like me personally, like, I can't, like, as much as I would want to say, like, oh, I'm not mean, or I'm not this, or I'm misunderstood, but listen, I know that there are things that I say that can be rude. I know that there are things that I can say that can be blunt. I know that there are things that I can say that can be offensive. And it's either you can ask me why I feel that way or why I said that thing, or you can get in your feelings and decide that you don't want to deal with me. But either way, I don't give a fuck. Either way. And I think Amanda ought to embrace that. She keeps trying to be an endearing person. Oh, I have autism. Oh, I'm on the like the whole time she was on Club Shay Shay and she was talking about like autism and being on the spectrum and blah blah blah. And then when he asked, "Oh, were you formally diagnosed?" and she was like, "No." And then she doubles down and says, "Oh, I don't know if I'm..." Bitch, so you wanted sympathy points, but you didn't even know how to go about getting those sympathy points. Be the fucking villain. Be the villain. Be the villain. If you want to be a shady, cunty bitch and read these girls to the fucking floor about how dumb they are and about how uneducated they are and about how your accolades and this, that, and the third makes you more well-versed in the things that you talk about, be that girl. Be that. Don't look to nobody to allow you to be that. Don't look to anybody to give you grace in being that. Be that. Be that. But this whole playing victim and blah, 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 I don't got time for. I don't. Because that's the reason why niggas is running around calling you insufferable. And listen, I've worked with, I want to say, in my media journey, I've worked with maybe 2 or 3 people who have done me so foul. But I would never get on anybody's platform talking about how bad these people did me, because I could not allow myself to be a victim in either of those situations. I just can't. Because one of them bitches, I don't know what the hell she's doing with her life now. And the other nigga, the last I saw, he was getting fat. He don't do no content really. He's never done another show since I've been producing his shows. He's never done any other content since I was producing and filming his content. And that's the way it ought to fucking be. Because you do me wrong, of all people, you deserve to fucking fail.
No, that's true.
And I will own that being in my villain era every single effing time. No, I don't want you to do well without me. No, I want everything you put out on Instagram to flop. I never want another person to see you, look at you, share you ever again if I'm not involved. Because you deserve to flop because of how ill you've done me. And she needs to embrace that. Be a villain. If that's who the world wants to see you as, if that's who it seems as though your feelings and thoughts and opinions align with, be that. Because the world needs villains. Villains got the best lines. Villains got the best clothes. Villains are just that ish. Like, I don't know what you want me to I don't know what you want me to say. I don't.
I think she's incapable of learning that.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. It's like
when those op-eds started coming out last year, the Essence op-ed, the Root, I was one of the main people like, nah, this is y'all are up. But I will tell you the truth, the chitter chatter with friends that I have in the industry, it was all the same conclusion. She's quite insufferable, but she doesn't deserve this. The fact that here we are a year later, you are proving every op-ed to be correct. Because if this is your smoking gun for why you don't have a career, because literally your beef with Issa is why you have no career. Literally. Your beef with her. Issa Rae was literally your last lifeline. And so now you want to tell me that was the smoking gun? This is it? This is the story? This is the disrespect? This is what you like. So after years and years and years, this is your best? When we were in the pandemic, I remember Amanda Seales reached out to me and Pretty V to do Funny Smart Black. It's a show that she does that's really, really good. And, but she was doing it, online. Obviously it was a pandemic. Everybody was doing things online. So we do Smart Funny Black. It was a great experience. I was so happy to do it. I didn't ask no questions. I just was like, girl, give me the login. I'm doing it. Great. Me and Pretty V have a great time. And to be honest, like, I've always admired Amanda Seales. I still do, but I ain't gonna hold you. I don't. But anyway, I was so excited to do it. I walked away from the experience thinking, wow, like, that was great. Like, Amanda Seales, like, bro, I've always admired her. I think she's great. So anyway, I believe maybe a couple weeks after that, Amanda hit me up. And she said this. So this is September 26, 2022. She said, okay, so Thursday I'm in Atlanta. I'm free from 2 to 7. Can we find 30 minutes in there to link? I said, oh, great. I land at 2:10, so I should be around Midtown by 3 o'clock. She said, okay, apparently I'm in downtown. She said, is that far? I said, no, downtown is actually close to me. Perfect. Okay, so fast forward September 29th, I get a call, right? And I guess it was her assistant. And he was like, hey, I'm just calling on behalf of Amanda. Just trying to see where you're at so she could pull up on you real quick. And I was like, pull up on me? What? I thought we were linking up for like lunch or something. Because like, that was kind of like the tone of the text message. Like, I'm thinking we're going to link up, like, we're, for a quick coffee or quick lunch, whatever, talk. I had just did like Funny Smart Black, I think like a couple months prior. So I was really excited. I don't think I had met her before, like, in an intimate setting. So I thought, like, she's going to be in Atlanta. You in Atlanta? Cool. We're going to grab a quick bite, whatever. That's my thought. So when he called me and he said that, and I was like, oh, pull up on me. I'm like, I'm home right now, but if you want, like, you could let me know where she wants to meet up. There's this spot, there's that spot that's nearby. And he was like, what? And I was like, what? So then, like, he's like, okay, I'm gonna give you a call back. So then she calls, and she's like, hey, girl, what's this about meeting up? And I was like, oh, you told me you were gonna be in town. I thought you probably wanted like lunch or something like that. And she's like, lunch? No. She's like, I have a comedy show tonight and tomorrow. I think it was, or either tomorrow, maybe it was that weekend. But she's like, I have a comedy show in Atlanta. Like, I just want to pull up on you, and you can do a quick video, promote it, and post it on your page, so you can tell your followers that I have a show. And I was like, oh, okay. I thought we were meeting up to meet each other. We haven't met each other. Like, we go back and forth sometimes online. Like, I thought like this would be a nice time to meet. She's like, no, girl, I'm trying to promote my show. I'm gonna meet up with Candy real quick. She's gonna do a video for me. She's like, I'm about to hit a Pretty V to see if she can do it for me. And I was like, okay. And it just was this awkward pause. So she's like, I'm gonna call you back. I'm like, okay, good, cool. We hang up. So afterwards, she sends me this text. On second thought, I feel like we're putting you on the spot now, and Def don't want to do that to anyone. Next time I'm in town, we'll grab a meal. And she sent me a kissy face. And I said, okay, thanks for understanding. Right? That's not rude. Y'all let me know that's not rude. Now, I like that she corrected herself. On second thought, but the fact that I was made to feel crazy for thinking that I was gonna get to meet up with her, like, we had never met each other like that. I don't think I've ever even met her outside of online interactions. So you just thought you was gonna pull up on me, put your camera in my face, and have me promote your show? And then, like, the whole tone of, no, I got a show to promote. And I'm going to let you guys take a wild guess if I ever got to sit down with Amanda Seales and have a meal. Right. Never got that meal, right? I share that story to say this. I think that the same characteristics that Amanda Seales complains about from folks are same characteristics that she displays. She thinks folks are rude. She's rude. She thinks folks lack judgment. She lacks judgment. She wants folks to protect her. When have you ever heard anyone say Amanda Seales protected me from anything? And even when you hear her speech, when does she speak like someone who's there to protect others, their feelings or their experience? You're just insufferable.
Again, this idea of insufferable, having or showing unbearable arrogance or conceit. Amanda Seales has been on TV since the 90s. Is she not entitled to a certain level of, bitch, I been here, did that? Is she not entitled to that?
I mean, she also got to approach things with humility at the same time.
What humility and why?
You said what humility?
Yes. Why? What humility and why?
I mean, it also plays into reputation. Like, humility for others. Like, for example, like, you working with other up and coming actresses or content creators. Mm-hmm. Basically, work with them to elevate them and stuff like that, because that'll pay off for you in the end as well. Is what I'm saying. That can help you gain a reputation right there. Okay. But yeah, she don't. But again, it seems like she don't know that.
I mean, to a certain degree, yes. And I guess I will say, like, you know, I don't necessarily know how much
48
more.
laws of power.
You're just insufferable. Like, and it's like annoying how Amanda Seales goes out of her way to not take any responsibility for her part in all of the dissension that you see with all these relationships that she has. Like, you play a major part. I'm not here to say that Issa Rae has never had attitude, which you want to say. I don't know what your dealings are. But I can tell you, if she had to deal with just a glimpse of what I dealt with, just in that, I could see her getting a little frustrated with you. I could see that, right? But I'm sorry. This is your best. Her having, let's say she did have an attitude. Well, girl, read for yourself. This is your best. Are y'all aware of all the stories that are coming out about people in Hollywood? And this is the best you got. So now we went from the publicist was the problem to now actually Issa was the problem. So who's next, Amanda? Who is next? So basically, working with Amanda Seales is basically having to watch everything you say, handling her with kitty gloves. Like, girl, I can't even like talk to you in a way where like it's not gonna offend you. And now you wait until one of them days, it's trending right now, it's #1. Issa Rae is on red carpets. You are on YouTube with us. So this is your way of promoting your YouTube channel, basically. Like, it's just ridiculous. Drop in the comments, let me know your thoughts on this shocking revelation. Hey, whoa, during Black Women's Black History Month.
Humble thyself.
I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily know, because like I feel like I see both sides. Like, I see what Jessie Woo is saying, but I also see Amanda's point of view, because what if I don't want to be fake? What if I don't want to be performative? What if I really want to just say, hey girl, come do this video to promote my show for me real quick, please and thank you. I appreciate it. Like, I want to say that, but I have to make it seem as though we're cool and we're friends and blah, 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 because I can't just outright come at you and say, hey, do this clip for me without you saying, give me X amount of money or give me X amount, like. But
that's the thing though, you gotta keep things business, never personal, basically. And I feel like she's missing that plot right there.
How?
Like, you taking things personal in a business that's in a cutthroat ass business like the entertainment industry is. You
think entertainment is cutthroat or is it petty? Cutthroat. I think entertainment business is petty as hell.
It's both.
Who do you like? Is this person? Because it's never about who is. It's never about who is qualified. It's never about who is capable. It's always about who do you fuck with. If I fuck with this person, I'm going to have them do my pre-show or do my behind the scenes or blah, blah. If I fuck with this person, I'm going to have them front row at my event, or I'm going to invite them to blah, blah, blah. It has nothing to do with actual qualifications. I think it's very petty. And I think someone who, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not sitting here absolving Amanda Seales of every and anything. But what I am saying is, I understand her need or want to just maneuver in this space in the way that the space ought to be maneuvered. You people are not really fucking friends. You people don't really like each other. You people really don't fuck with each other. And given any situation, you will turn on each other. The moment that person is no longer beneficial to you, you will stop that friendship. So rather than dibble and dabble in that, I want to be able to hit you up and say, hey girl, come do my video for my show tonight real quick. Please and thank you. I want to be able to just say that, because I don't want to play these wishy-washy games. Yeah, I hear that and I respect that.
Yeah,
and I can't be mad at her for that. But in the sense of where all of these people who write these op-eds or have these opinions on social media or whatever feel a way about you, bitch, just lean into it. You're cute, you're intelligent, and you have an audience. Bitch, be a fucking villain.
The thing is,
be a villain.
Problem is, she's incapable of that.
Incapable of being a villain?
Yeah.
How?
Because she's obviously not aware of how to maneuver situations. That's what that tells me right there. Because she could have done that a long time ago, probably.
I don't know. And I guess y'all could, put it in the comments or whatever, how y'all feel or whatever. How long has this been going on? Because I'm hungry. I kind of want to eat something. What time is it?
It's 12:45.
Damn, it's been 2 hours.
It has?
Damn, I've been running my mouth. Yeah, this is the longest that y'all ever. I'm a little inebriated, so that's why I've been so chatty. But yeah, listen, Amanda, which brings my camera. Amanda, love you down. I respect you. I'm mad you didn't take my card at the Christmas show of Hell of a Week, but I will say that I understand. I just want you to be the fucking villain. Fuck these people. They don't care. They don't really fucking like you. Be the villain. You're cute. You're light-skinned. You're intelligent. And you are funny. Be the villain. Be the villain. And in that way, people can root for you being the villain. Don't be a victim. Oh, I'm autistic and people are just mean to me and they don't understand. Fuck them. Be the villain, bitch. Be the villain. And on that note, I'm going to end it. I don't got nothing else to say. Any words from you?
Humble thyself.
Why? Why? Humble yourself for what? Because now you're about to piss me off. Humble yourself for what?
What do you mean?
Humble thyself for what?
No, because not everything is about you always. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes there's something bigger than you. There's a greater good that's bigger than you, basically. Okay. All I'm saying is check your ego at the door. Don't take shit personal.
Why? Why would I check my ego when I have the degree to back me up? I have the resume to back me up. I have the accolades to back me up. Why do I need to check anything when I have the proof to back me up? Why?
Because there's others there that could get you to where you need to go as well. And you never know who that person is.
Okay. Anything else?
How's that drink?
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I've been sipping a little too much, but I still stand by be the villain, and that's all I'm gonna say. Be the villain, and on that note, we out of here.
Peace. Woo.